All right, thanks so much for joining us on our 78th edition of Lunch Out Loud Ottawa. We are live on location at the Ottawa Dragon Boat Festival inside the Tiki Bar. It's a beautiful day outside today.
Mooney's Bay is just gorgeous.
It's just gorgeous. It's going to be an incredible weekend. And before we get to our music and our special guest, John Bruman, the president of Ottawa Festivals and the CEO, president of the Ottawa Dragon Boat Foundation, I just want to announce that we're doing a live show next week, 1 to 5 p.m. You don't have to come for the whole time, but we're going to be doing it at 8 Locks Flat with Atherton and DJ John Deck. So it's going to, maybe Miller will play some tunes on the...
Oh, I don't know if I'll make my DJ comeback or not.
Yeah, you might make your DJ comeback. Anyways, we hope you can make it out there next week, next Thursday live, 1 to 5 p.m. Before we get to John, why don't we check this out?
Hi, this is Alex Moxon from the Chocolate Hot Pockets coming at you. I don't really know what that means per se, but it sounds like what you do in a podcast situation. You come at people. So we're playing June 27th at the Laurier stage for the Ottawa Jazz Festival. It should be pretty exciting. And we're playing July 14th at Mugshots, double bill with the Super Awesome Club. So check that out for sure. Glad you're tuning into Lunch Out Loud Ottawa, and hope you enjoy the tracks.
All right, so that was the Chocolate Hot Pockets. And of
Love
course,
that name.
That's a great name. And of course, this is Lunch Out Loud Ottawa. My name is Nick Wachowski.
I'm Andrew Miller.
All right, and we're the podcast that talks to the people, places, events, and music that make this city the incredible city that it is. And one person that makes this city an incredible city is obviously John Bruman. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
John, you're having a busy day.
It's a little bit of a crazy one, but it's all good. Let me just turn down that radio.
Yeah, you got a hectic weekend coming up, I guess, eh?
Yeah, we do. It's going to be fun, though. We've been here since Saturday morning.
Saturday morning?
Yeah, we started out Saturday morning, setting up, putting a lot of spray paint in the ground.
That's
and we are now kind of locked and loaded, ready to go for the big show tonight, big opener.
That's good.
We'll be out for another 4 days on the at the park, having a good time.
It's not the worst place to have to work, I'd have to say. It's a pretty nice surrounding.
I tell you, we got a lot of contractors that come in here and actually mention that this is one of their favorite gigs of the year. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And not a cloud in the sky, so you can't go wrong with that. Amazing concerts coming up. But like we do with all of our special guests, we like to get to know them a bit more as opposed to just John Bruman, Ottawa Festival extraordinaire. We like to know what you like in the city.
I like that.
What kind of restaurants you like in the city.
How long have you been in the city? Were you here your whole life? Or?
Oh, I was born and raised in Ottawa, but I left when I was about 21, 22, hitchhiked across Africa.
Really?
Spent some time in the Middle East, and then I ended up in Vancouver for 8 years, San Francisco for 5 years.
All the hot spots,
Spent some time in Charleston, South Carolina, did some consulting work in Taiwan, and then came full loop about 10 years ago back to Ottawa. Mostly because of 9/11, and I had to sell a business down there. I owned a couple art galleries in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then ended up here in Ottawa, not expecting to stay here at all. Just came for a little pit stop to go to the cottage and regroup.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that have kept you here then?
The Dragon Boat Festival.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You locked onto that right away?
Well, yeah, it was sort of a funny story. I was at our cottage up near Maniwaki, and my partner brings a newspaper home or to the cottage after going shopping, and she says, because we're trying to figure out what we're going to do. We're going to live in Vancouver. We have to stay in Canada, right?
Yeah.
And she says, "You ever heard of a dragon boat?" And I'm like, "No, what's that?" She said, "Well, it's this long canoe thing, and they're looking for an executive director. Why don't you apply? We'll do it for 6 months, and then we'll get out of here."
Yeah.
that was honestly the beginning, and that was now 11 years ago. This is the 11th festival that I've done.
Wow.
And so I started on my own, and working for the board of directors, and then now we're a staff of 5, and we ramp up to 10 at this time of year, and 800 volunteers and 50 sponsors and blah blah blah. So it's been a great ride, and the business is just growing, and I stayed in Ottawa.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The funny thing too is I left all my stuff in San Francisco for 2.5 years.
Oh, really?
And then we had a truck. We hired a truck, and it came, and it was like Christmas.
Really?
Yeah. Have you
seen
ever
all your stuff? Yeah.
come out of
2.5
storage
years.
after 2.5 years? Like, oh yeah,
I never knew I had that.
exactly.
Now you had 2 of things because you bought a couple of the same things over and over again.
Exactly right.
That's cool.
So,
Wow. What? So being in San Francisco and going around the world, and then living in back in Ottawa for the past 11 years, are you seeing us starting to catch up, or starting to do something to catch up to these larger cities you've been in?
it's an interesting observation. I mean, I was in the art gallery scene, so to speak, in San Francisco, and also the rave scene. I put on some raves in Oakland.
Oh, right on.
Raves in Oakland.
Yeah, we did one rave for 11,000 people.
Yeah. They got a good scene in San Francisco. I have a lot of buddies that produce, and a bunch of them went down there.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to spin drum and bass music, which was always big in San Francisco.
There you go.
So.
Exactly. Yeah, I used to. Yeah, for sure. So, coming from that environment, living in the Mission District, which is primarily Latino and murals, to Ottawa at first was a real change, a real shock. But the interesting thing is, about a year in, my partner says, this place is going to go off in about 10 years.
Really?
And she
foresaw
nailed it.
that.
She predicted it.
She saw it. And she's the same girl that around. I remember. What's the band? It's a famous band. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank here. But she picks bands out 5 years before they rock it.
That's awesome.
Mumford & Sons.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah. I remember seeing Mumford & Sons with 50 people in the room.
Yeah, that's
right?
fun, eh?
And it's like, this band is going to be huge in 5 years. And we all know the story.
Absolutely.
So Ottawa, it's it is poised right now. 2017 coming up. Ottawa is really, really taking off. It's changing, and it's going to be great. It is great.
And you really get to see that with the Ottawa festivals. You opened up the new location a couple months ago. How's that going?
It's great.
A lot of the festivals moved in. I see the Ottawa International Film Festival just recently moved in. Any others that are recently?
Yeah, I haven't been too much because Ottawa Festival is the umbrella organization in the city and service organization for all the festivals in the city. Moved in there. I'm the president, volunteer president of that. Haven't spent a lot of time in the building since then because of Dragon Boat. Sort of focusing on my day job, and but I think the Indian Festival's moving in there as well. So obviously Blues and Folk are there, and it's a great concept over on Churchill. It's fantastic.
How does the board of directors work with Ottawa festivals? Do you get together monthly? Discuss, what festivals are coming? I don't exactly know, and I think a lot of people would like to know what goes on with that.
Yeah, with Ottawa Festivals, it runs a series of kind of like service and programs for all the festivals in the city. Yep. So, for example, there's a bucket plan for healthcare that anybody that works in the festival industry, would buy through Ottawa Festivals.
Okay.
They run the job creation program, which is sort of the big sort of cornerstone piece of what the organization, does in terms of service. And the job creation program is what supplies a lot of staff for the festivals. A lot of these festivals, a lot of the big ones, have really kind of been made by the JCP program over the years. To many, in the early days, and then of course the full-time people have come in over time. But we still all use the JCP. So we've got 5 JCP people working with us full-time right now. And it's just an incredible program.
And they're here all year working, or is it 6 month contracts?
No, it's 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months.
There's a specific number of months or weeks, and I can't remember exactly what that number is, but it's just this. It's a program where if you've been on EI or if you are on EI, you can come and work for the organization, get some work experience, still continue to look for work, and get instead of being at home, like at home, no job, etc. You're out there, you're working with people hands-on. They become an integral part of your team. Certainly with us, they're a huge part of our team, and help pull off these great festivals in the city. It's an incredible program.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
What are some up-and-coming festivals that maybe you've heard about there that you're just like, wow, this is great for Ottawa? More people need to go more people need to go to them. Or
Well, one that I really don't want anybody to go to, but I think is a great idea, is this weekend. I think Glowfest is a cool idea.
Yeah,
You know, I think
that's going to
really
be interesting.
Yeah.
So you've been at the initial meetings. Did they come to
No,
you?
no. So they
nothing.
run. So all the festivals run on their own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's specific. That's Bank Street BIA.
Exactly.
And everything, yeah.
Exactly. So we wouldn't participate in their meetings. I mean, if they asked us to, for some help or something, advice on something, we might be there. But no, they're running within their own. You know, they're their own entity, much like a blues or a jazz or anybody else.
I'm really excited to see how that goes with
Yeah.
Ribfest and several patios extended onto the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like they're going really, like they're not phasing in like some festivals have a 5-year plan to gradually phase in to work out kinks. It sounds like they're going hard right away with Chus and Chabalos right away, and almost all the businesses extending patios. So
Yeah, no, I
interesting.
think it sounds interesting, and there's a lot of new festivals coming in the city. Like I'm kind of joking here because I'd love to be at that festival actually, but obviously I've got my hands full this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was talking with the city just the other day about the fact that 5 years ago on this weekend there was 2 festivals, Jazz and Dragon.
yeah,
Yeah.
This weekend, and don't ask me to name them all, but there's 8
It's crazy.
8 festivals
this weekend.
Caravibe, Ribfest,
And I mean,
Glowfest,
some
this
festivals
one,
have
Rock
come
on.
Aboriginal,
Oh, wow.
Glowfest. So, haven't seen Nick. No, try that way. So yeah, no, it's when I started as, and this has got nothing to do with me at all. So let's be real clear about that. But when I started as president of Ottawa Festivals, there's 44 festivals.
Yeah.
And now there's 101.
Holy
101.
cow.
And that's only just a few. That's like maybe 4 years.
That's crazy.
So the growth is huge.
And I'm sure about 75% of those at least take place during the summer, right?
Well, yeah, you'd almost think like 99%. No,
But I mean,
no,
we are
that-
Ottawa, so like I know we got
Yeah.
obviously Winterlude and whatnot, things
Exactly.
like that. But
Yeah,
I just
No,
hope,
I'm just joking.
and it looks great for driving more people continually to Ottawa. People moving here, people stop moving to Toronto, Vancouver. They're starting to go, wow, we got that. We got what they have here. So we're liking
absolutely, and it's an accessible city too, which I think is really.
that. Well, I biked here. I love bike from downtown. 25 minutes. I love the bike to Mooney's Bay.
Exactly.
If you've never biked here, and you got the outdoor gym over there, so
Yeah, it's appealing. I mean, there's no, the traffic is not that heavy. I find in the city.
no, as compared to other big cities. As much as people like to complain about it, I mean,
Yeah, it's not that bad.
whatever. Traffic's traffic.
Yeah, you can
I mean, you have bumper to bumper for maybe an hour of the day.
Yeah, no, it's not too bad, and the infrastructure's coming along. I think things like LRT is a huge change.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be great. I mentioned 2017 earlier. I think that is, there's a lot of energy. We've got a great mayor.
Yeah, for sure.
Mayor Watson is dialed as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
and he is he's put this task force together for 2017,
Yeah.
which I sit on, and it's the ideas that are coming out now and the momentum, and we'll see some money down the road and so on. It's going to be really, really interesting build over the next 3 or 4 years, and that's going to tie in with the new LRT. You got Lansdowne opening. You know what I mean? There's all these new things. Convention Center a few years ago.
Yeah.
It's great.
it's going to be a
exciting
very
time.
interesting time. But let's get into the reason we're here, the Dragon Boat Festival, which is your baby, and which when you read more about it or you hear more about it, it's a weekend that anybody in this city that has nothing, that doesn't have plans, they should come out for at least a couple hours.
Oh, for sure.
A couple hours. How about a couple of days?
Yeah.
There are a couple days, like
Yeah.
what you've done here, like so family, and like you said in a prior interview, you have the music festival, sports festival, children's festival. It's all rolled into one.
Fundraising, yeah.
Fundraising, yeah.
We're doing a lot of. It's interesting because we're doing a lot of different things, and it's complicated in some ways from an infrastructure setup and that kind of thing. But there's something for everybody, and I know that sounds so cliche, but there really is something for everybody, and it's free. And it's so it's the largest free festival in the city. We really do have a decent lineup.
Jam-packed children's, so you have your children's to be entertained there. The music that you have this weekend, bringing in Sheepdogs, Hey Ocean, Arkells, Down with Webster, Amos the Transparent from here, Claude Munson, Julia Dales from here. It
Stars coming in tonight.
Yeah, Stars tonight. So former Broken Social Scene members.
Yeah, that's good.
That's
so you said you've been with the Dragon Boat Festival for 11 years. When did it start?
Started 21 years ago.
21.
Yeah. Ironically, we're on our 21st year, and Blues is on its 20th year, but we both started the same year, so we have some fun with that. So this is the 21st festival.
All right.
And it started at the Reno Canoe Club. It started with 3 gentlemen, Warren Creed, Frank Ling, and Mike Chambers. Brought the idea really from Vancouver.
Okay.
And said, okay, let's bring Dragon Boat in here. And they started with about 20 or 25 teams.
I
think basically a morning event over at the club.
And anybody could join at that time too, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Same as now, right? Anybody me and Nick decide we wanted to compete in a Dragon Boat.
Find 20 other people.
Yeah.
That's right. And if you wanted to go tomorrow, we could plug you in on another team that might be looking for a few people.
Sweet.
And so anybody that is looking to still come out, they can come out here, try to find a team.
I'm sure we could squeeze you in somewhere for sure. Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely. So.
And one of the funniest things, and everybody loves to talk about you with that, is that you never raced a Dragon Boat before doing this.
Yeah, there is that. None of our team, to be honest with you, are Dragon Boaters.
Yeah.
None of the office staff. So yeah, it's a little funny. We about a few years ago we realized this, and so one of the teams thought that was quite hilarious, and they took our office out.
Oh, really?
And really, we went for a good paddle, and it was a good experience. But what we did is we ended up at one of the board members' houses up the river, and there was beer there.
So there goes that boating.
Exactly. So we had a couple of pints, and then we turned around and. No, but yeah, it was good. It's quite an experience actually to be in there, and the momentum. You get 22 people pulling together.
Yeah,
you can feel the, I don't know, almost like horsepower, so to speak.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. But yeah, none of us are actually Dragon Boaters.
Are there specific times when because I know there's a lot of corporate teams, a lot of amateur teams, but then again, you got teams from all across North America. Is there specific times that people would be able to come out to see the more pro team? Not pro, I don't.
Yeah, the more competitive teams.
I guess.
No, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Sunday's definitely more competitive than Saturday.
Okay.
Saturday is the
booze boating.
It's the booze. Yeah,
booze
exactly.
boating. There you go.
Booze cruise. Yeah. No, Saturday is that might be. How do you guys want to handle this?
All right, so John's just going to take a call right now, and then we're going to listen to a quick call or a quick song. This is The Flying Dream from the Chocolate Hot Pockets. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Nick. On this week's segment, Ottawa is just bursting with culinary events this weekend. And what better way is there to kick off the start of summer than at Rib Fest on Spark Street? The Spark Street Mall BIA describes this 5-day festival as a thick, sticky, dripping, mouth-watering experience. It started on Wednesday and it will continue until Sunday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., except for Sunday, when it finishes at 6 p.m. Be sure to check out their website, sparkstreetmall.com, for the official Rib Fest vendor map. It's spread out over 6 blocks, from Bay Street to Elgin Street. And also, don't forget that you can vote for your favorite ribber. The winner will be announced on Sunday. For those of you who are heading out to Dragon Boat Festival at Mooney's Bay, there will be lots of choices when it comes to food and drink. Now, as this is a family event, of course, there will be plenty of non-alcoholic drinks, but there will also be some refreshing adult beach drinks, such as Seagram Vodka Lemonade. There'll be Chardonnay from the Niagara-on-the-Lake Winery, Chateau de Charme, and also beer from Waterloo Brewing Company. Food-wise, well, you guys are in luck. T&T Supermarket will be barbecuing lobster. Lunch will be providing vegetarian chili, and Golden Fries, who are one of the popular trucks at Poutine Fest, they will be serving their lobster bacon poutine. If you're looking for something perhaps a little lighter, there's also fish tacos from Bonita Cantina, and this is actually just some of the vendors who will be out there this weekend. I also want to mention about the highly anticipated Seed to Sausage General Store on Gladstone. If you haven't heard, after many months of delay, it is now finally open to the public. And along with the familiar bacon, dried and cured meats, sausage products, and their great selection of Ontario and Quebec cheeses, you'll also find lots of local artisanal products such as the Harvey and Vern sodas. There's top shelf preserves, Michael Dolce's jams and sriracha, and Nat's bread. But you'll also find lots of other Canadian artisanal products that you simply won't be able to find anywhere else in Ottawa. And for those of you who are big fans of 45 or maybe even 60-day aged steaks, then be sure to check out their 80-day aged steaks. I don't think you will be able to find this anywhere else in the city. And finally, on Sunday at the Ottawa Farmers Market at Brewer Park, come and check out the second annual Black Box Chef Competition. Described as Food Network's Iron Chef meets camping, last year's champion, Chef David Godsoe of Indulged Kitchen and Cocktail, will be defending his title against this year's challenger, Chef Stephen LaSalle of the Albion Rooms. Don and I were really excited to be back as hosts of this awesome competition. So essentially, the chefs, they will be presented with their mystery box of seasonal ingredients from the market. And with just over an hour, each chef must use all the ingredients to create a beautiful presentation dish and about 150 small plates to feed the public. The cooking competition starts at 10 a.m. with food service beginning at 11:20 a.m. The public will vote for their favorite dish and the winner will be announced at noon. And as this is an outdoor kitchen, anything can happen. And that's it for this week, Nick. I'm wishing all of you a fantastic weekend.
All right, so John took his call. He's a busy man. Thank you so much for having us on the first day of the festival. It's amazing. We also heard from Jen from Foodie Prince talking about Ribfest, the food at Dragon Boat, the new Seed the Sausage store as well. So
everybody's talking about that.
And also this Sunday you got the second annual Black Box competition. So basically, like Chop Canada over at the Brewer Park Farmers Market. All right, so John, just to go over, we're sitting in the Tiki Bar area. Can people still get tickets to come and hang out in this VIP area?
VIP is sponsors.
Sponsors, okay.
Sponsors and politicians and those sort
So
of
it's
folks.
actual VIP for once.
It's the real deal, the Jubilee Fine Jewelers VIP tent.
For those that don't know, it stands for very important people.
Yeah.
Or persons. So.
You know, there's a lot of people that make this thing happen, and it comes down, I mean, you know, to do an event that's this large for free, and in addition to be the largest festival fundraiser for charity, on top of that.
And you said there's 50-some sponsors, right?
Yeah, exactly. 50-some sponsors. The City of Ottawa, Celebrate Ontario, Yasser Naqvi, Maria McRae, with the city. These folks in Heritage Canada, they're also help fund us as well. So the funding model is, that's what it's all about. It's about that corporate support. It's about the government support to really make this thing happen. So we definitely like to, make sure the folks that are making this work for us financially are treated very, very well.
Right on.
And the charities are selected every 2-3 years. This year we have the Shepherds of Good Hope helping with furniture, which is interesting. Can you tell us? Do you know a little more about helping with furniture? Because it's if you see a lot of people in Centertown every Monday dropping off furniture that's lightly used, would this be of service or?
Yeah, I mean, helping furniture is interesting. It's mostly for landed immigrants.
Okay.
People that have come into the country, or the city, and they have just got an apartment, say, and it's completely empty.
Yeah.
And helping with furniture, I mean, these women are unbelievable. They're out there, full-time jobs. They're out there every Wednesday night, without being paid. An outdoor facilities.
Wow.
Like outdoor storage things, hauling furniture and matching furniture, putting it on a truck and delivering it to these families.
Jesus.
And they'll do
Good for
5
them.
or 6 deliveries a night.
Wow.
Like, it's crazy.
I've never heard of that.
That's unbelievable.
That's great. Another one, Children at Risk Ottawa, and Youth Services Bureau of Ottawa. So, Youth Services Bureau gets $500,000 and then $25,000 annually for the other ones for 2 years.
That's right. It's a $500,000 gift over 4 years to Youth Services Bureau and Youth Depression Clinic. And then, $50K for the other 4 charities. And then we'll be looking, this time next year, applications will be out for some more
charities.
Yeah, exactly.
And so with the Youth Services Bureau, do you have people on the board to see where the funds are going and everything like that as well?
Well, we have a really kind of a fun due diligence process and interviewing process and application process, so we know where the funds are going directly, and then there's also reporting required by them every year to us to say where the funds have gone, and
that's good.
Pretty close contact. I mean, we work very closely with them, so we know everybody kind of knows what's going on. It's all a big family.
Wonderful. But before we let you go to attend to any last minute things, any other special things you want to say about the festival that we can draw people out there that might not, dragon boating, that sounds, I don't know, not something for me.
Not something for me. Well, I mean, I think the shows speak for themselves, so, that's kind of the big media draw, right?
And where's all the stages set up?
Right behind you over there.
Yeah, right over by the
they can't see you.
I know that. I know it.
We call it the amphitheater because we use the big hill as kind of a place to sit. So that's great. But what's amazing is this beach bar.
Yeah.
Right. So this is the little VIP lounge we're sitting in here right now. But that whole other section over there is all open to the public all weekend.
Right. So great shade right out here.
It's wicked. So you can just hang out on the beach, have a beverage.
What do you have in terms of beer sponsors?
Waterloo.
Okay,
so we got the dark.
Somewhat local-ish.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, 6 hours, good.
It's not the big wigs, right? So.
Yeah. We got some, so there's wine and beer, and come on down and just have a good old time watching the racing and watching the scenery, and
free bike parking.
Free bike parking
till midnight.
There's parking in till midnight exactly. There's parking at Canada Post. We run shuttles over from the Canada Post.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we've got the whole tower there, so you can park in the tower and get yourself over to the festival, and it's going to be a good time. Bring the kids.
Great food.
Great
all
food.
day.
So again, kickoff is this evening.
4 o'clock, gates open, so to speak. Even though
Wonderful.
We don't have a gate.
And it's the Stars this evening playing, correct?
That's Stars tonight. It starts at 6:30 and runs till about 11.
And then tomorrow, what time do things kick off?
6:30 again tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Gates open again at 4. There's opening ceremony tomorrow. There's going to be a big parade. We call it the Parade of Champions. Yeah. It's like picture the Olympic opening ceremony, except for not quite as big.
Yeah.
All the teams, carry a flag and they come in, and we have some dancing. We've got some good fun under these.
How many countries do you know offhand that are represented?
I have no idea. I'd have to check with Shelley, our team services gal. Yeah, so it's
quite a few, I'm guessing, though. Either way.
Yeah, so we've got that sort of opening ceremony. We've got a couple of sort of celebrity type races tomorrow night, and a tiny award ceremony, and then we're getting into the music over in the amphitheater.
Right on.
Sweet.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and there's going to be a lot of things going on this weekend as well. We'll just quickly go over that. So we're doing a live show next week. That should be interesting.
Awesome.
Never done that. 8 Locks Flat. Have you ever been there?
8 lots of who?
8 Locks Flat.
8 Locks. I thought you said 8 lots of. No, is the answer.
No, it's a great little location. It's right on the canal.
Oh,
so right beside the Cork Town Bridge.
Nice one.
It's really nice. Anyways, events going on this weekend. We Rockfest, of course. Dragon Boat
Festival.
But there's a lot.
What's that?
Yeah. Far away.
Caravibe will be interesting. Glow Fest, Rib Fest, Jazz Fest.
That's at Petrie Island, the Caravibe.
The Fringe Festival starts.
Yeah.
Hindenburg happening. Bash en Blanc tomorrow. So it's going to be a wild weekend.
Festival season has started.
That's right. So we'll listen to one last Tom from the Chocolate Hot Pockets. This is Philippos. Have a great week, everyone. Thank you so much, Sean.